So he would wait and he would stand and like I'd look to my coworker and be like, he's waiting for us to get off. Hi guys, so today I have a story time video. This is my first story time and it's about me being stalked at my work. I don't know if this is really considered stalking or if the guy's just creepy or what, but you guys can decide that. This is how I see stalking as and stuff like that. So let's get started. So I have been working at my work for about 7 months now. I started in February and it is now August like 2nd, so it's been around 7 months ish. And where I work, it's very tiny. Everyone knows everyone. Like everyone next door knows the people next door, and we always like give each other free food or free whatever, like drinks and stuff. Well, there's also security guards there, and this is who this story time is going to be about. So these security guards, they're around 27 to 30 years old. One, which we'll call George, he is single and he is 27 and has no kids and no girlfriend, as far as I can tell. The other one, which we'll call Joey, he is also single, a single dad to a little girl, and is around 20 something, mid to late 20s. So these two security guards are the people that I'm going to be talking about. So it all started a couple months ago, and there was one security guard working at that time, and that security guard is George. And he was really friendly at first when I first met him. Me and my coworker, I'll just say her name, Ariana, would be working, and he'd come in and just talk to us, but like he does not stop talking. Like he doesn't know when to shut up. Like I'm not trying to be rude, but like he really doesn't. Like it'll be, so we close our shop at like 10 o'clock at night. It'll be 9:52 and he's still in there talking, and we're just trying to close the doors, get all the stuff put away that we have to do, and be out of there by 10 o'clock. But he sits there and talk, and me and Ariana are like really nice people, and we don't like to be like, okay, you can leave now. Like we don't say that. Like we try to be like courteous to others. So we're like, yeah, let's just keep him talking. And then eventually he'll leave and we can finish up and do whatever we need to do her as fast as possible. Well, George, I guess, like, eventually we'll get the hint that he talks a lot and, like, we will be able to close the doors. But after a while, he started to act weird. He started to walk my coworker to her car, and then he started to tell us that if we need anything, he's always here, that we can call the security guard number. And like at first me and her were like, oh, that's sweet, like he's like caring and making sure that we're getting home safe. And sometimes he would even walk me up the street, because I live about 3 blocks up from my work, so it's not a far walk at all, and it's very like there's a lot of lights because it's busy outside, and there's bars all along the street, but there's a lot of homeless people. So he'll walk me up the street and like it'll be fine, and we'll just talk about work or whatever's like going on that day. He'll ask me if it's busy, I'll ask him if anything major happened, like small conversation. And then after him walking me home had started, it kind of got to a creepy point. He would start to wait outside our work and wait for us to get off. Like we found it creepy enough that he was walking us home or to our car, but waiting outside for us, like it just started to become weird. And like when you get that uneasy feeling, that's when we started to feel. So he would wait and he would stand, and like I'd look to my coworker and be like, he's waiting for us to get off. Like I get if once in a while is okay, like it's not like it's super dangerous to walk home, but I get it. I guess he's trying to like help us get home safe. So he'll wait outside our door and like he'll pretend like we don't know he's not there. Like he'll be like, oh shoot, you scared me. I'm like, dude, you knew I was right behind you the whole time. Like, I don't get it. Like, so there's this door on the side of our, so this is our like bakery, and there's a door on this side, and he stands outside that door. I'll walk out and take the trash, and like the trash bags are heavy, so you can hear them. And then I'll come back, he's like, oh my god, you scared me, I didn't see you. I'm like, oh, sorry, like, okay. And like that just kind of seemed like suspicious. I was just like, what the hell, like, why are you still there? And like other security guards that work a morning shift, which I have never met, walk all along, because it's a long street that you have to like take charge of. Well, that started, and then a couple weeks after that, the walking home, me and Ariana had planned to take a trip to Big Sur, which is this very beautiful like place that a lot of tourists go to, and you can see like a whole ocean view from a mountain, and it's really pretty road and everything. And he had heard about it because he was like, oh, when are you guys' days off? And I was like, oh, me and Ariana are off Wednesday and Thursday, but we're planning a trip. And he was like, oh, that's cool, like, where are you guys going? And then I was like, oh, I think we're planning to go to Big Sur. And he was like, oh, I love Big Sur, you should check this place out. So I was like, oh, cool, he's gonna show us like all these cool places to go to. And I was like, that's great, like, I wanna like explore this summer, like, this is my last year of summer before I head off to college. So we do that, and he's showing us like a waterfall and all this stuff. And he was like, yeah, like, here's my number if you wanna, like, if you want me to send you any of the locations of where to go. And I was like, okay, thank you so much. So I'm like, oh, can you send me the location of that waterfall? And he does. But then the next day, so that was it for that day. Like, he just sent us the location for the waterfall, and I texted Ariana, and I was like making sure that our plans are still gonna go through, and we were fine. So the next day, we were back at work before we were heading our days off, and he comes in and he was like talking to me. Ariana didn't have work, or she worked the early shift this day, and I worked the night shift. So he comes in and he was like, hey, listen, like, I haven't taken out my dogs in a while, and I was wondering if I could go take them on a walk, and like blah 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 blah. I don't really remember what he said, but he was talking about taking his dogs for a walk. And I was like, oh, do you want us to take a walk? Do you want us to take your dogs with us for a walk? Is that what you're saying? He was like, no, I'm saying, like, can I take them and meet you guys there? And I was like, oh, what? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if me and Ariana are still going, is what I had said to him. And he was like, oh, well, like, if you guys are, just let me know. And I was like, yeah, of course. And he had left, and I was like, what the fuck? What kind of 27-year-old man invites himself to hang out with 17-year-old girls? Like, wouldn't you have thought that through? Especially inviting yourself. And he had given me his number. Like, that's already illegal. Like, you're not, like, I feel like that's already illegal. Like, what? And so he was like, yeah, just don't take it the wrong way, though. He told me that, and then I had taken it the wrong way, because I'm like, okay, coworkers don't just go out like this. Like, he's 27 years old, and on top of that, he always talks about how his ex-girlfriend, his car, and how all his friends are married and have kids, and how he doesn't. Like, that's so personal to be talking to with a 17-year-old. Like, and on top of that, he would not stop coming. So, like, coming to our work to see us. So, the day of going to Big Sur comes. I text Ariana, are we going or not? And we didn't end up going that day. George texts me, are we going or not? And I said, no, we're not going. Plans change. Like, I wasn't trying to be rude. He was like, oh, I was really looking forward to hanging out with you guys and taking my dogs for a walk, but that's okay. Hanging out with us? What? First of all, like, no. Like, I barely know you. I've had, like, small conversations with you, and that's it. So days after that, he's still coming to our work, and I have videos of some videos of security guards, like, coming to our work and like just checking in and being like, how are you guys? Like, they're not trying to be nice. They're literally trying to ask about our personal life and trying to hang out with us. And I have videos of them coming in, so I will post that like somewhere on the screen, somewhere in this video. So he comes back every day after that and literally asks us, and we're just like, dude, what are you still doing here? And he won't come around when our boss is there. That's sketchy. And then I was like, eventually I was like, oh, don't walk me home. My boyfriend doesn't like when you walk me home. Because, like, I just couldn't, like, I was getting such a bad feeling and I didn't like it. And I was like, dude, I want to be left alone. You're creeping me out. And eventually he ended up getting moved because George had asked another 17-year-old girl for her Snapchat, and she took it the wrong way, told her boss, and the boss told the owner of this place, like, he owns the whole street of where we work, and fired him. Well, not fired, but he got moved to like another area. And I was like, fucking thank God. Like, I don't mean to cuss, but like, I was just getting such a bad feeling. But that's not the end of it. There's another security guard. So he had trained this guy, and this guy was who I had mentioned earlier, Joey. Joey was nice and everything. He was genuinely, he told me what had happened to George. He told me, I'm so sorry if you ever felt like you were being harassed or anything. And he apologized, and I was like, thank you. He was like, do you need me to walk you home? And I was like, no, I'm fine, thank you. And then eventually he too started to wait outside my work. And then he asked my coworker for my Snapchat. And now he has my Snapchat and would Snapchat me, and then he would come in and ask me for free stuff from my work. And I would just be like, just take it. Like, I just want you to leave. Like, I'm tired of this. And he comes into my work and he brings his daughter. And I was in the back on my break and I was like, don't tell him I'm here. And he told me that he wanted me to meet his daughter. Like, I'm not even... What? Like, that, I feel like that's something you do if you have a girlfriend. Like, oh, I want you to meet my daughter. Like, I'm 17. No, I don't want to meet your daughter. I don't want to meet your family. Like, I'm sure she's a nice kid and everything, but like, no, you're 20 something and I don't want to be in your life. Like, I just thought that you were going to be a normal security guard like the rest of them. But there's these two who just like to come and bother 17-year-old girls. I don't know. That's kind of sus, so. Security guards, I swear. Like, I especially don't want to say where I work because I don't want to get them in trouble, because I never know what they're going through. Like, I don't want to be why someone loses their job, which is why I changed the names and didn't mention where I work. But I don't know if this is really stalking or just being creepy or just being overly nice, but this is what I consider stalking, is waiting for someone outside their work every day, trying to talk to them. But I have videos of them, so if anything ever happens, you know? But yeah, this is how I was getting stalked in the story time with proof, and I will try and get more proof over the next couple of days. I have seen him walk by my work like 5 times, which I guess is normal for a security guard. And he even talks to the girl next door. And I don't know how old she is, but she doesn't seem bothered by it. And he was like, they're talking about going out for drinks and stuff. That's suspicious. So, yeah, someone just rang the doorbell. I'll be right back. Sorry guys, it turns out it was just the mailman. I got all paranoid. I was like, I guess we just, but I just got some mail and stuff. But yeah, where was I talking about? Oh, about being stalked, right? So that's what I consider stalking anyways, and I guess I'll just see how it goes. If it gets worse, then I will talk to somebody, but I don't know. I'm getting kind of creeped out and I don't like it. So yeah, that's my story time. I hope you guys liked it. Sorry if it wasn't as dramatic as you thought it would be, but I find it kind of scary, especially since I'm the one experiencing it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!